welcome back to the North Remembers the Tall Tales. And this is episode 4, I believe. And I would like to call it The True Night. And after you've already watched it and then listened to us, you'll get it. They mention it multiple times, I think. And
that's why we do it a week after. We give you time to process.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with our schedules.
Yeah, not really. And we talk a little bit differently, miss a couple of things, and it's better for you to watch it and then just kind of go. So it starts, I like how it started with the stars, doing like a weird starry...
Well, that's what... So it wasn't stars, technically, I guess. But I did like how they did that transition.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, oh... Because I was thinking, because on my rewatch, I was like, oh, this was actually kind of brief. The first time it felt long.
Yeah.
But the stars eventually change into a cave, or a dungeon cave thing. But you look at my stars, and I was thinking, like, oh, like, what's the Westerosi star system? Where are they using our stars? Like...
No
How
shit.
is this shot? Like, could Neil deGrasse Tyson hop on and be like, oh, they were in Iceland at fucking 4 a.m. on February, yada, whatever.
That's awesome. I didn't even think of that.
But it turned out they just, they lit up the shot or the room or whatever and no longer looked like stars. Now you're seeing that it's like
little
slate rock.
Yeah, and dentations and stuff. And it has Dunk just sitting there. And he is... massive, obviously. Well, he's already big, but then the cells are meant to be small for a normal man. They're meant to make a normal man feel uncomfortable with how small it is.
Yeah.
So he's like doubly uncomfortable. He's like me or you were in like a kid's toy house out in the yard.
Yeah.
Like trying to sit
and
in it.
even the stool looks like if we were to sit on like a kindergartner chair.
Yeah. A parent teacher
chained
conference.
to it.
Yeah. Just sitting there all bummed out. And, in walks somebody, first a guard, and he's kind of looking up, and little Egg comes in, in his fancy fucking Targaryen, fucking red and black.
Just like we mentioned at the end of the last episode.
Yeah. All fancy.
He gets his opportunity to give him some, I don't know, flack or questioning, what you would call it.
Yeah, he basically is, they feed him, and he just mows down, starts mowing it down. And then he says, my uncle has told me that I need to come apologize to you. And he's like, your uncle? And he's like, Baelor. And he's like, the heir to the Iron Throne.
Just
and he's
passively mentioning your uncle.
Yeah, he's all like nervous. He's like, I didn't mean to lie, but you did. From the very beginning, even with your name. Never heard of a Prince Egg or whatever. And he's like, it's short for Aegon. And he's like, what? The Conqueror, which is like, the legends of it, so that's like the big deal. It's like, oh great, how many Aegons? How many Aegons have been king? He's like 4 Aegons, and that makes him 5. But he doesn't know he's gonna be king yet, I guess.
Though the fucking witch did tell him.
Yeah, and he's sitting there, and he's basically just apologizing. And in the book, it's pretty much accurate with him saying, you did lie about your name and all that stuff. Except in the book, he doesn't seem to be as harsh on him. In the show, he's like visibly harsh on him. Like, draw your eyes. And he's like, I'm sorry, I was just so disappointed, because my brother's a shit night. And
he's
didn't
like,
want to
we can't disappoint the little prince now, can we?
Yeah, we can't have the little prince be, disappointed. And that's not in the book. So I like that. He got a little meaner, then felt bad. He likes the kid. He's like, what are they going to do with me? He's like, my uncle wants to see you, when you're done eating. Well, I'm done now. I've already kicked one prince in the mouth. I'm not going to keep another one waiting. Goes off to meet Baelor. And then they drag him in again, and he just kind of nods. They let him go. And he goes to kneel. Baelor just has him rise real quick. And he seems more irritated, but not irritated with Dunk. He's more like he's irritated with Egg altogether with the whole situation. And he's like, Aegon should have come to me when he heard what the puppeteers were doing. Coming to you was no kindness. And as the kid goes to interrupt, but he was too far away. He's like, it was no, no kindness. He looks.
I feel like in the book it was a little bit more. I don't know. Emphasize that it was like, why wouldn't why did it go to you and not any one of his other family?
Yeah,
like, or his little brothers, or his older brothers being a fucking...
Or any other lord around.
Yeah, he came to you. And so almost Baylor was seeing it as like...
a trust thing.
Yeah, he's
the kid
like,
likes
the
you.
kid likes you.
And sees something
and
in
I
you.
know that means that you're trustworthy. Like, he's... this lone little prince who's fucking just rolling around the common head tonight, like, obviously you've been treating him well.
Yeah, and he's, and he basically...
Even though his other brother, who they found drunk at the inn, that he says, Makar came back and
had found his son drunk in an inn, and he had claimed that a large robber knight had run off with Egg. And obviously, who's a large dude that was with Egg recently? Ser Duncan. And then Duncan kind of is like, well, he's lying, I left that in 2 days ago. And
4 days ago.
Yeah, 4 days ago.
And he never even
Followed
chased
me.
after him. Yeah.
Like, how is that true if he never even followed me? He's like, well, that may be, but, Now
you have two princes.
saying that you did this bad shit.
So your trial is not going to go well.
Yeah, it's not going to be good. And he asks, well, what about the girl? And he's like, well, Arian will say that it was treason and that it was a sign to revolt. And
He's like, treason?
for
By a
puppetry.
puppetry?
Yeah. And he's like, do you believe that, Your Grace? And Baylor looks at him like, no. But he won't say it out loud.
Yeah.
But he's like, fact of the matter is, you laid hands on the blood of the dragon.
Yeah, that one can't be denied. Whether
Yeah.
he tries to pin her for inciting violence against the crown because she killed their sigil, that is all hearsay and subjective.
What we do
you
know,
did hit him.
his tooth is cracked. A bunch of people saw it.
Yeah.
You're screwed. So I'm going to ask again, because he asked in the beginning, how good a knight are you, And he goes, basically, you have other options. You have, what are they going to do? And basically, so I'm going to lose my life for...
No, he says, what the last person that struck the blood of the dragon, they sought to see that they lose the striking
offending hand. And
yeah.
you kicked him, too, did you
You
know?
kicked
He's
him
like,
as well, so he'd be missing an arm and a leg.
yeah. And he's like, fuck.
And
But
so
then there's
that's
another
when he was
option.
like, you can go trial by combat.
That's your other option.
Yeah.
And so then it goes to the trial, and I love how it comes.
It's not the trial, it's just him confronting
Arian
the
and his
accuser, basically.
and putting in his verdict to himself of basically I want a trial by combat. And it starts with fucking Arian just smashing them walnuts. And Makar is so great. His son irritates the shit out of him.
Yeah.
He's like,
I didn't like Makar the first scene I saw him in.
Yeah.
Now I understand him. I'm like, oh, okay. You have shit children.
and it's like it irritates him. He's like,
Think about this. This is all three his kids.
yeah, all this shit
The
that's going on
one who's killed the fucking horse instead of hitting the rider,
publicly.
smashing his leg and having to give up his shit to that, then fucking beating up the girl.
Yeah. The drunk runs off, and even if he believes his drunken son's story, you still got so drunk that a giant dude ran off with your little brother,
And then you did
didn't
nothing.
fucking do nothing about it. You
Yeah.
just stayed and got more drunk.
Yeah.
And you
And then the
you
third
ran off.
one, yeah, ran off and caused the night to hit the fucking
And slept in the dirt like a commoner and shit.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on? None of you kids
Rode
got
in a
any
fucking
discipline.
farmer's cart with lambs. I don't know what story happened there, but Egg is awfully fucking
Disturbed by
Yeah.
whatever he saw happening in the cart. And so Dunk says, I want a trial by combat. Arian says, I refuse. And Makor's like, you cannot refuse.
Yeah.
What is it
He's like-
what do you fear this hedge knight?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. He's like, trial of 7. What the fuck is a trial of
Even
7?
Makar.
He doesn't know what a trial of 7 is. And then Baylor explains, the gods, it's a ancient tradition, seldom invoked, brought here by the Andals. They believe if 7 champions fought, the gods, being thus honored, would fight in their favor, ensuring that the truthful people
Yeah, they would be
winners.
more likely to intervene because they're being honored by it being 7-on-7 champions.
Yeah,
They go, oh, this is definitely, they want us to fucking
yeah,
put a toe on the scale,
yeah. And Makar goes, oh well, if it was the Andals, like sarcastically,
Yeah, because they're not even a part of that. They came later.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Are you afraid?" And he says,
"You're hiding behind a
the
6,000-year-old
6,000
fucking Andal like barbaric tradition, like that no one fucking claims."
Yeah,
Because what you don't think you can? Why don't you slay the rogue?
yeah, and he's like, "My brother, he's been wrong."
In the books, do they say that he's like more scared than he is? Because he doesn't seem scared. And I'm like, he should be a good fighter. Like, I don't know why he wouldn't take Doug on either.
I think it was more so after. It seems like in the show, after the ass whipping, he doesn't think he could take.
He got fucking.
He doesn't think
rocked.
he can take him by himself.
Yeah.
So the chances are, if they're 7-on-7, he's scatterbrained.
Also, maybe he's calculating.
Somebody
he's
else will
not
hurt him.
going to find it, and I can just say he's guilty. Like,
Yeah.
oh, no one wanted to be on your side.
Nobody's gonna help you. Nobody wanted to even vouch for you.
Yeah.
And he basically says, "Well, I would. My brother, he's wronged Darian too. He should have his chance. He's wronged us both. Or would you leave a matter of Targaryen honor,
Yeah,
in
not
question,
checked. Yeah.
or in doubt?" And the Maker's like, "Don't speak to me of honor, boy.
Yeah.
This is fucking nonsense."
Yeah, you're the one that's fucking dishonoring us right now.
And he's like, "Nope, that's within his right." Baelor says he can do it. You must needs find, and then Dunk's like, I need to fight 7 men,
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Don't play the fool, you gotta find 6 other men to fight for you." He's like, "Well, what if I can't? I have no one, And Aeryn's like, "Well," and in the books, it was Maekar that says this, because he was a lot calmer and kind of on the side of the whole thing, where in the show, he's like,
Yeah, he had a more Tywin feel about him in the books, where it was like, well, this is my son. Like, I can't
dishonor. I can't be dishonored.
And I can't show my disdain for his actions in front of everybody, kind of thing.
Where in the show, he's not afraid to be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
And
he's cracking the walnuts, and the one goes across the table, and he looks at Sir Aspert, and he's like, "Couldn't get that from you."
And the dude does it. The dude's like, looks at his friend and is like,
Yeah.
like,
and I'm assuming because they're in the Reach, that's why we're seeing the
fucking, what's his name? Tyrell.
Tyrell, yeah.
Tyrell is there because he's the Lord of the
Who I
Reach.
mistook for Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. And then, so that's what it's going to be, about 7. And then Maekar just looks pissed. And he fucking stands up, and it looks like he's going to storm out silent. And it shows Aeryn just kind of chewing and looking at Duncan. And then all of a sudden you see an arm grab him and go, "Come here!"
Yeah.
And it's fucking Maekar dragging him. Throws him out of the hallway. You see this behind Dunk. And he's like, "Idiot!" He's fucking pissed.
And the guy underneath the table's just looking up like,
did they leave?
What do I do with this walnut now?
That would suck. It's emphasized in the books a lot. Whenever royalty comes to town, they each had a house and home. It's constantly stressful because look, you got princes, and the prince gets hurt in your town.
Yeah.
Now we got to have a trial.
Everybody's under pressure.
People are gonna get. If I don't.
Yeah, I was thinking about this near the end of the episode. I'm like, this is all going down in just like Ashford. Like it wasn't like nowadays you think about like they would move the court proceedings to like something more.
Yeah, that's like pacing back in the day, like small. Like wouldn't you move it up to Provo?
That'd be like if Trump was fucking on trial, but they were holding it in like Nephi or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't you want to move this to Salt Lake City?
Yeah, at least,
So then it goes back to camp, and in the show, or in the books, has Dunk walk out in the show, and he's walking through the rain, and that happens in the books too. But in the book, he, it felt to me like it was in town, close to the castle, that he heard his horses. And he goes all the way back to camp in the show, and sees that his horses are still there, and rain's pouring down. And I feel like at that moment it was foreshadowing the thought that's mentioned in the book of running.
Yeah.
Like he's sitting there with the horses and he's like, I mucked up this time really bad. And it feels like he's
like,
sitting
there
there
looking at die.
Yeah, I'm going to die tomorrow. I felt like he's thinking right there, like, I could just
like
fucking
no
run.
one's around. I got 2 horses on me.
I could ride one till he's fucking ragged and then fucking leave him behind, whatever. But Fossaway's there. It's like, Ser Duncan! Or Duncan!
Yeah.
You're alive! And they hug, which I thought was kind of a cute. He reminds me of like Podrick and Samwell mixed.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like a nice guy, and he's gonna be a good
He's
fucking
the sidekick you didn't ask for.
Yeah. I wonder, like, I haven't listened to the second book. I just barely got into that. I hope you see Fossaway later in his journeys. At least he's a lord now, or he's something happened. We know he becomes what he becomes here shortly. Anyway, he's back there, and he's like, are you hungry? You're alive. They hug, whatever. Are you hungry? And Ser Duncan actually says no this time. The only time he said that. No. He's like, come on. And he grabs the horses, and he's like, thank you.
He's like, were you talking to your horses?
And he's like, yeah, that's fucking mad. He goes back to the Fossaway tent, and they're sitting there with his cousin. And actually, his cousin, though being a prick, in this moment seems genuine.
Yeah.
And seems like he's a fucking good dude. And the actor does well, seeming like he's a good dude. Like,
I think they tried to emphasize it more in the show than they did in the book, where it was like, it wasn't just like, oh, it's for glory. Like, let me go grab some guys. I'll be with you. And this one, he was like,
right or wrong.
Yeah, he's like,
it seemed that way.
Yeah,
it seems that way. So he's sitting there and he's talking about that'll be lances, morning stars. It's really dangerous. The unripe apple, so to speak. And his older ignorant cousin is like, it's a knightly matter. You don't need to worry about it, as you're not a knight. Your skin's not
it's
a
like,
red.
obviously, my cousin has milk in his veins.
Yeah.
He sounds like a little bitch right now.
Yeah. And he's like, I saw what the Targaryens did to them puppeteers. I'll fight with you. And basically he's like, thank you, this, that, it's good. Sorry so much fucking trouble finds honorable men, such mishaps follow.
Yeah, I like that little part. Yeah, and he's like, it gives me no answers, but when I find myself in those situations, the answer is always more glory.
And he's like, sorry, I feel like you'll be bringing the wrath of the dragon down on you. Dragon? Huh, the dragon house. And he goes, dragon house. Huh. Where are the dragons, Ser Duncan?
Yeah.
He goes,
this is the decline of the Targaryens.
Yeah, and he's like, and we are the Fossaways. We were here long before they showed up on our shores, and our charge will be here long after they're gone. And I do like this. This is the one season, like, because there are in Game of Thrones, the dragons, and they're big in House of the Dragon. This is a time when they got nothing going on.
Yeah, this is the time between
where they got no
House
fear
of the Dragon and Game of Thrones, when they're like, yeah, you don't have dragons anymore. They became
you can't
very
threaten to burn
little and fucking died down. They couldn't reproduce anymore.
Yeah, and you can't burn us into submission like the old days.
Yeah.
It's trippy to have them be
if we all collect at Harrenhal, it's a better fortress when you don't have dragons.
Yeah. And he's like, I'll gather some friends, Sir Lionel, Sir Beesbury, this and that. You will not die on my watch. And he seems so fucking genuine, and it's nice. And
which is funny, because actually some of the people that he names do show up.
Yeah.
And he even, we'll talk about it later, he calls it out to Stefan.
And they're sitting there, and Dunk's like, do you think your cousin can find the one he says? He's like, I don't know. The people he says, I don't know. Maybe you ought to think of running. Well, won't they kill me if I run? Well, won't they kill you if you stay?
Yeah.
And then, boom, in comes little Aegon. And I thought it was really cute that Duncan seemed choked up. Like, he was excited in the books, but you didn't get that emotional feeling that the actor was able to portray with being like, Egg! Like, he was, choked up that he came, and then he gets to see the kid again. And he's like, what are you doing here? I'm your squire, sir. You'll need someone to arm you.
Yeah.
Cute little bastard.
Also, missed scene of Egg tying up all of his armor and putting it, like, a little montage of Egg fucking cinching up and,
doing all that.
Put all of his armor and shit on.
They missed that later on. He's sitting there, and in walks, he goes, won't your father know you're gone from the castle? And in walks a cloaked figure, and I hope not. Fucking takes off the hat, and it's fucking Darian. And he's like, I couldn't handle another foot whipping tonight. Like, that's a discipline. I wonder if I should try that. Just kidding. But, like, that would be a fucking... I think about that now. That would be a fucking... pretty bad. Can't walk, right? Like a real leather belt to your fucking
I don't know
feet.
if a foot whipping, or if that means getting my ass kicked. Like he's whooping me with his foot.
Oh, that might be like an ass whipping, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was when he's like, I can't get another foot whooping. I was like, motherfucker was kicking him.
Yeah, like kicking him in the ass.
Yeah.
And Dunk just freaks out at that point and fucking charges at him.
Rightfully so.
And Egg's like, no! And Fossaway grabs Egg. Don't hurt him, you know. And he's like, I should fucking kill you for put this in your throat. You coming here? What are you fucking crazy? He's like, I'd sooner you pour me a glass of wine. Like, it's okay, it's okay.
And it's funny when Fossaway pulls him off. And he's like, "What? They can't kill me twice."
Yeah,
you
they
know,
can't
like,
kill me twice. Because
I
he
got
looks
my-
at him. Because he looks at Dunk like, what are you doing? You just got in trouble for fucking with the princess, and you attack this one now?
Yeah, now you got a knife to this one's throat. At least the other one was hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, he's like, what? They can't kill me twice.
Yeah.
And he basically says, I came here to warn you. You know, Egg says, my father is going to fight on the side of the accusers. And Egg in the book says it's to defend his honor, my brother's honor and stuff. But in reality, or in the show, Duncan says it. You know, oh, of course he has to defend his son's honor. And just like in the books, Darian's like, I don't need my honor to defend it, sir.
He's like, whoever has it
Can keep it. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit. You know, let's just do this. I'll do my best to fight gallantly in the first charge, but then maybe, you know, the second time you could give me a little ring on the head. Not too hard, you know.
I'm pretty good at laying
He's
in
like,
the dirt.
yeah, that's what you came here to say to me, you know. No, also, he's gonna have the king's card fight with him.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well,
Only
the
three.
that
Only
are-
the three that are brought with him. You know, it's all good. Oh, okay. Shit. Who do you have? Sir Arwen's, you know, Sir something's cousin.
Sir Raymond's cousin.
Yeah, Sir Raymond's cousin, and he's like, they both look at him like, huh, okay. And then Dunk's like, well, what do you know, hey, I mean to fight your family, you know.
Oh, because Egg's like, I can get you knights.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm going
I'm
to
gonna
fight your family.
And he's like, my father will be well protected, and you won't hurt Darren. He said he'll fall down. And he goes, and what of Arian? You'd see him dead? And he's like, he used to sneak into my room at night. He told me he had too many brothers. Maybe he'd make me his
He
sister.
put his knife between my legs
Yeah,
while I
he put-
slept.
Yeah. And he'd say, I have too many brothers, he'd say. Maybe someday he'd make me his sister, so he could marry me. And fucking Fossaway laughs. Like,
Sir Raymond, he's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
sorry,
a good
that was-
one. That was a good one.
yeah, sorry. And then,
I imagine he's probably drunk off cider. at this point. I don't
yeah,
know.
and Darian's like, it's true though. You know, he's bad. And he's like, yeah, he threw my cat in the well. And he's like, easy.
Yeah.
Darian's even
He's
talking
like,
down.
yeah, he's
Don't
like,
get worked up,
I
kid.
can't prove it. Says he didn't do it, but I know he did.
Yeah. Darren's like, it's okay. It's okay. Calm down. He's a dick. We all know. And so he's like, yeah, well, that's the plan. We'll do that. And he goes to walk out and he says, Sir Duncan, a word in private. And he goes out there with Sir Duncan. And he says, I've seen you, sir. You know, I dreamed of you. And he's like, yeah, you had mentioned that at the end. He's like, did I? Huh. Well, nevertheless, I did. You know, I saw you, sir, in a great fire and with a
Oh, he
dead
says,
dragon.
but my dreams,
Oh, yeah, my dreams are different than yours.
mine come true.
Mine
And he
come
says
true.
it's a silly gift for a unworthy man.
Yeah, for an unworthy man.
Or an incredible gift for an incredible man.
Yeah, for an unincredible man, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's funny, fate, that way that works and shit. And then he's like, yeah, I dreamed of you in a great fire and a dead dragon, and you were beneath it, and you were alive.
He said the dragon was so big its wings would cover this entire meadow. And I imagine he said just talking about all of Ashford.
Yeah.
And then Duncan's like, did I kill it? And he goes, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I can't say, I don't know, you know. And it's like, we were dragon masters once, you know. Now they're all gone and we remain. I don't want to die today.
Don't say, I don't want to
Die
either.
either. It's like, yeah. Well, if I've killed you with my lie, I'm sorry. I'm going to hump. I'm destined for some hell, I know. Probably one without wine. And then he just walks away. Like, sorry, they're probably going to kill you tomorrow. Because I had to say something. And then it shows Dunk go back to the puppet girl's little stage.
Yeah, and I was going to suggest you actually name this one Florian the Fool.
What did we name it? Oh, the True Knight.
Yeah. Either way.
He has It looked like it was burnt too. Did they burn it down?
I think that there's just chaos and fire caught. I don't know if they burned it down. But
Yeah, because they did when the whole thing was going on. There was like shit knocked over on the fire and shit. They fucked up her shit. Everything was destroyed, and he's looking all sad, and you hear like these weird voiceovers.
Yeah.
Of like
you're not
a knight, and shit like that.
And her doing the Florian the Fool.
Yeah, doubting himself, like, holy fuck, I'm gonna fucking get killed tomorrow. And then Steely Pete's there. Ser Duncan, if you're looking for your show, she left it with me. And you go over to his fucking awesome wagon.
Yeah. Pretty sweet wagon.
Fucking pulls down with a window, sits in there. And Dunk just looks like, he looks fucking scared.
Yeah.
He acted that way, like
scared
sad.
and defeated.
And he asks, where they went. They make for Dorne. Far away is, well away is well forgotten.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Is that good? And what was left out of I know there's another line that the showrunner kept out, which is about him being a true knight and stuff like that. But one line that was kept out of the wagon scene, also, was that he said, and he didn't want for her to see you die.
Oh, yeah.
Her uncle took her to Dorne because he didn't want the puppet girl to see Dunk die, which means she did kind of crush on Dunk.
Yeah.
Enough that the uncle noticed and didn't want her to be upset when the boy that saved her ass gets killed for saving her ass.
Yeah. Oh, I just had that picture of her finger snapping in my head.
Oof, yeah, and you hear it when he opens the wagon too. He opens the latch on the wagon, you hear it, and it's like, oh shit. And he basically sees the shield, and he's like, I put your new band on it. It was all cracked and worn. And I did notice that in the show. And I was like, how's he going to fucking fight with that? I forgot that he gets that repaired. And Dunk looks at this.
Double steel or something like that. He's like,
it's going to be heavier.
It's going to be heavier, but it'll be a lot stronger.
And he says, and Dunk's just sad about the picture because the image suddenly reminds him of like death. The star falling, the bleak color, the sun setting, end of something.
He's like, it all just screams death.
And then Steely Pete's trying to cheer him up. No, man.
Look how green the leaves are.
The oak tree's alive, mate.
Those are summer leaves.
For certain. For certain they're summer leaves. And he's like, remember the old rhyme.
And was that in the book that Steely Pete tells him that? I thought it was just Dunk remembering.
He remembers it in the book. Yeah.
Okay.
Steely Pete doesn't tell him in the book, but it's oak and iron guard me well, or else I'm dead and doomed to hell, which is awesome. And then he's like, okay. Then it shows him, and like you said, it missed out on the whole, because in the book it describes Steely Pete and Egg strapping him up with his armor and checking his buckles 3 times, which implies like his nervousness and the stress about I've never done this before and I'm going against like the big leagues here. And
I don't remember. Is it the scene when he's at her puppetry place, or is it later when he looks up?
It's later. It's later.
Okay.
He's at the knights are assembled, and I see you got Beesbury, you got Sir Robin Riesling, and you got Lionel Baratheon. Lionel Baratheon is just fucking standing there leaning against the statue looking all fucking
Sir
cool.
Humphrey too, which I was going to say was a missed opportunity as well, as they could have had another scene or two that kind of really showed the audience who haven't read the book that one of those guys, it's the one with the broken leg.
Yeah, it just kind of goes through that. I thought
it's more of like, oh, now I have a skin in this game. Like that fucker just fucked me up,
Yeah, it didn't really give him a good explanation as it did in the book. It's just quick.
Yeah.
Where he's like, the debt is Aryans, and we'll repay it. And you got a broken leg. He's like, yeah, my leg's broken, but as long as I can ride. He doesn't mention his name or anything. And Robin Riesling doesn't have his little line about the gods,
He has
go against the crown. Does he say against the crown? I don't remember that in the book, but he says it in the show.
Oh, no, I thought you meant...
His little line about how the gods go against the crown.
Yeah,
and I go with the gods. That was pretty cool. And like I said, I like Lionel just standing there leaning against the statue, like away from everybody else, like he's the cool fucking kid in town. With his fucking hair.
His helmet sitting on the fucking statue back there.
Yeah. And
he's like, we all saw what they did.
yeah, we're all here. And he's like, I'm just thankful for Sir Stefan finding you. And then Baratheon's like, who the fuck is Sir Stefan? No, your boy found me. And Egg's just back there swinging an axe.
Yeah.
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 This is going to be awesome.
Wicked. My brother's gonna die.
I like how Sir Lionel's like, he's like, also, if there's having a trial of 7 in hundreds of years, he's like, to be a part of that and to be able to fight the Kingsguard and get their
white gowns
all dirty.
Yeah. And in comes Fossaway, and his fucking armor, dude, the costume in this whole show.
It was dope.
Fucking his gold with apples on it and shit.
It's like a bronze.
Yeah, it's like bronze with apples all over it.
It's like plated well.
Yeah, got the golden red cloak and a golden apple on his cloak on the back. He comes out.
It's like a half knight, half like samurai look.
Yeah, he comes out, and it's like, you know, well, first they say, does Arya not have? He only has 6. There's only 6. Does he? You know, could he not find a 7th? Out comes the other Fossaway. You know, ready to go. You know, your friends, we're only 6. No, you're only 5.
Yeah, I mean to fight for the accusers.
And then they're like, no. And he's like, yeah. He offered me a lordship.
Yeah.
You know? What better way to thwart, Sir Duncan that was offered a lordship is you gave away, and all of them look pissed, which was in the book too. They all looked disdain in the book, but in the show you could just see them all like.
And especially Sir Raymond's like, you traded your honor
for a lordship?
For a lordship?
He's like, I've known greater men who have traded their honor for far less. Yeah. It was a good bargain, a bargain well struck. Now go get my horse. And he's like, go get it yourself. Fucking slams it in him. And in the book, it seems like he seems like he's explaining it like it's a proper thing to do. It's something I just had to do. Well, I'm fighting, in the book he says, I'm fighting for the honor of my prince. Surely Sir Duncan will understand.
Yeah.
And he says it like...
He doesn't rationalize it better.
Yeah, he rationalizes it totally. Where in this, he goes full prick.
Yeah.
Which makes his genuine speech earlier all the more fucked up. Because he looked like, that was wrong, I'm going to help you fight for what's right. And then he gets rid of all that. Like, hey, you made me a lord, fuck what's right.
Yeah, they kind of went both ways to make sure that you understood the
depth
betrayal.
of his betrayal.
Yeah.
The depth of it. And Egg just looks, I mean, not Egg, Dunk just looks... In the show, or in the book, it says he's fucking clenching fists, he's angry. In the show, he looks like teary-eyed, almost like, oh my god.
What am I going to do?
We're fucked.
Yeah.
You know, he even says to Fossaway, Sir Raymond, we're lost.
Well, I like how Sir Raymond, after he says, get the horse yourself, the cousin comes back and, shoves him back. And that kind of showed, oh shit, he, took that. The guy's in full armor and, gives him a good shove, but Sir Raymond just took it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, this is going to show that maybe he will be a little bit of an asset.
Stand up for himself finally, when given the proper motivation and not the scolding from his cousin, but rather the proper fucking, I'm going to fucking prove my cousin wrong kind of thing.
Yeah.
Strikes up strength in him he didn't know he had, perhaps.
Which kind of leads into this next where he comes up and is like, knight me. He's like, I'll fight for you.
And he's like, I shouldn't, You have to. Without me, you're only 5. You cannot win with 5. And just like in the books, Baratheon comes up and he's like, the boy has the truth that,
a knight can make a knight.
Any knight can make a knight.
And I don't know if it's because he doesn't know how to, or maybe it kind of leads into we never got to see him actually getting knighted. Mm-hmm. So we don't know if he's a real knight.
I didn't even think about that.
We don't know if he knows how to knight somebody.
I thought that's fucking really good, because I actually just thought, I didn't think that far ahead. I just thought he was so worried about this guy doesn't know how to fight, but he don't know how to fight either. He says he's worried about his own prowess.
Yeah.
This guy actually has training, and I thought it was maybe that, he was looking out for him, you're gonna get hurt, I don't want you to get hurt on my behalf.
And it could be.
But that is a real good theory, though, that maybe it is because he was like, I don't really know the words. Maybe
or even if he was knighted, he doesn't remember him.
Yeah. Or
because he does say, the man told me to
defend the innocent.
Do
what's right.
Yeah, listen to my lord or whatever.
Yeah.
Defend the realm.
Yeah, with all my might and all that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, he says any knight can make a knight, and like he said, we don't know if he knows the words or not. He sits there, he hesitates, and off goes a horn. Ashford's calling him to talk to him. In the book, Egg runs up and says, "Hey, Lord Ashford wants to talk to you." Anyway, the horn goes off. Baratheon says, "Go. I'll give Fosaway his knighthood." Fucking pulls out the sword all fucking slow and dramatic. Fucking even flips it around all samurai style. Fucking cool. And does that awesome shot. And it's got plenty of rave reviews from, critics and stuff like that. 9 point whatever, Rotten Tomatoes, all that shit.
Fosaway looking up and
fucking just, so perfectly shot.
Down, yeah.
And the echoing of the words as Dunk's riding forward to fucking talk, and you see Aryon riding.
And I think it's funny the way they shoot it. They make it look like Dunk is huge on that horse.
Yeah,
the horse isn't coming up into the shot. He's like above it.
Yeah. I wonder if they gave him a boosted saddle to put him higher up to make him emphasize you're bigger on a horse than every other person is. He gets up there and is basically like, "Okay, Sir Duncan, it's time. People are getting restless. Are we doing this or what? I only have 6. We'll fight you with 6." And Aryon laughs. "No, it's not permitted." And then Ashford says, "That's true. You have to find 7. If it's not 7, then you forfeit and you're guilty of your crimes." And in a book, he's like, guilty, for fucking a loose tooth. But in the show, it's just him stressed. He goes, "Okay, my lord, pardon a moment. Could I have a moment? You have it." He starts his ride. And in the book, he goes through specific people like Dondarrion and
all the other knights that were there.
Lannister. And he goes specifically, he talks to them and they all refuse. Well, they don't refuse, but they don't even acknowledge him. They don't look. They look down, or they go, "Man, whatever," and laugh at him. Where in the show, he just kind of talks about, "I served you. We served you guys. We served in your wars. We slept in your halls. We ate at your tables. You might not remember him, but he taught me to be a good knight. To defend.
That's all I did.
Yeah, to defend the innocent, and that's all I did. And he's desperate when he's saying that. Will none of you stand up and fight for me?" It's some big fucking barbarian dude. And I actually thought on watching, I was like, holy shit, this big barbarian dude's going to come fight for him.
Yeah.
Like he just rips ass.
Yeah.
Cheap laugh. I laughed. But it was a cheap
looking motherfucker.
Yeah, it was a cheap laugh. I laughed. I'll give you that. But it was no Sir Arlen's massive dick laugh. It wasn't like that.
And the one lady who's looking around.
The hooker.
That was the hooker?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna
they
ask.
brought her back in this one episode.
She's looking around like, you fucking
Dicks.
pieces of shit.
Yeah, like all of you. Like he's right. You're all fucking
I've been treated like shit. I wish there was knights around that would help me out and not just stand for you lords. You know?
And Dunk's just like, after that, they're just sad and just distraught. Aryans laugh, and they're all laughing. The crowd's laughing. He rides a little bit further. And he says, "Has courage abandoned the noble houses of Westeros? I will not believe it so." And then he says, "Are there no true knights among you?" And desperate, and so well acted. Desperate, And everybody's looking like, yeah. And even the townsfolk are like, come on, man. This is sad.
Yeah.
And then, boom, thunder opens the gates, in rides a fucking shadowy figure in what looks to be Valar's armor. The other Targaryen prince that was there.
The one who almost was called out by Aryon in the tilt.
Yeah, teased by Aryon in the tilt, so to speak. And it's not it's Maekar too, and to see what's going on. And up comes this guy, off comes the helmet. "I shall fight on the side of Ser Duncan," or at Ser Duncan's side.
And it's Baelor.
And it's Baelor. And everybody's like, the crowd starts to stand up, fucking get
all
psyched.
the people who were just shitting on Dunk
and laughing
are now forced. You can't. He's the heir to the throne.
And he's the favored prince.
Yeah.
He's like the realm delight.
Yeah, so now they all have to eat their fucking laughter and their words and clap for this guy who's now gonna fight for Dunk, who is there next in line to be king.
Yeah, they have, so good. And they start to play that original Game of Thrones theme. And Maekar's like, "Brother, have you lost your senses? This man attacked my son." He's like, "This man defended the innocent, as all true knights should. Let the gods see if he was right or wrong."
Yeah. And then he rides off onto Dunk's side because it's all foggy, the whole...
And then right as Dunk spurs,
yeah,
boom, black.
That horse rears up and it cuts. And I was like, I knew we weren't going to get the trial, obviously.
But they ended it at the best possible moment, I thought.
Oh,
They built it up so good.
I want to say it one more time before the episode's over. I think there's a lot of missed opportunity. They had a lot of room. Now that everything's moving so fast towards the end,
Yeah.
I feel like they had a lot of room to mess with. We got 30, 40-minute episodes. They could have got hour-long episodes out of these. And just got us some more, like I said, Sir Humphrey and his disdain for Arian after. We could have just got a scene of him getting stitched up or something and someone talking to him or something like
Saying,
that.
I'll do it, yeah.
Introduce us some more of some of these houses. We're not, even though we may not see them later, like we know that they're like houses of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah, especially
very little Tyrell showing. No, I didn't see any Lannister shits in this whole thing.
Yeah, they talked about it, but they didn't show him fight. They didn't show the Grey Lion get beaten.
Or any of the descendants, because he's Lord of Castle Rock. Maybe he's not even there, but like...
Yeah, they didn't show any of that. And I feel it's maybe because these guys are going to be gone,
Yeah,
but not Lionel, because if you know anything about the history, and I don't know if this is giving away... It's not giving away the show because it hasn't happened yet. But his family ends up tied to the royal family. His children end up tied to the royal family.
Well, they already are.
But they do more so.
The queen that never was, Rhaenys, is Baratheon.
Yeah. Well, later on, too, his son directly marries fucking one of the fucking royal family members. Either way, we'll go into all that right now. That's a whole big thing.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I read the other books, but I don't think any of that's touched on, though. So
not spoiling anything for the show, but like... So even some of them characters you want more of.
I'm just saying, so I was just saying, there's a lot of missed opportunity to give us more content, take the liberties that are there.
Yeah, at the time. Why did they only do a half an hour and stick to it every time? You don't have to do that every time.
Yeah.
Once you get to the more meaty stuff that you don't want to skip, the trial, the tournament, stuff like that, those episodes could be 45 minutes, you know what I mean? Or an hour.
Unless, what, they can do a Survivor style finale where it's 2 hours? No, this is Game of Thrones. Yeah, either way.
But I know that
I am enjoying it a lot.
I do, and I know that we get House of the Dragon, which we'll be covering again this year. But then next year, a new Night of the Seven Kingdoms. The year after that, House of the Dragon. So they're gonna
stagger them. So
I wonder if the next season though will be longer. To give it more context.
Well, that's why if you guys watch, tell them, and then we need to get this word out to them.
But then, when he says he's taking Duncan's side, and everybody's pissed, but everybody's happy too. It's funny. Maekar's pissed, Arian's pissed. Now we're fucked.
Yeah, you do see Arian kind of does a little, flips his horse around, and a little pissy.
Yeah, because that's the uncle that's gonna fuck me up. He's actually a good fighter. All these other fuckers.
It brings up also that they don't verbally touch on yet, and maybe they will next next episode. But the King's Guard can't hurt Baelor. They can't hurt anybody in the royal line.
Yeah, so he's got a free pass from those three touching him at all.
Yeah, in the book he was specifically.
It's emphasized as that's a very big advantage.
That's part of their strategy.
Yeah, he'll go out
and keep them off me, or
keep the others off me because those three can't even touch me.
Yeah,
they're bound. But they can't even touch me. It's kind of a cheat-ass move.
Yeah.
Anyway, till next week.